Now, live from Whitney Media, 1460 WVOX, the Greenburgh Report, with Greenburgh Town Supervisor Paul Feiner. You can join in the conversation at 914-636-0110. Now on 1460 WVOX, here's Greenburgh Town Supervisor Paul Feiner.
Good morning, Westchester. I'm Paul Feiner. I'm the Greenburgh Town Supervisor. During the past year, Maria Portilla has acted as our Hispanic liaison to the town of Greenburgh. Every Tuesday from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m., she volunteers her time. She's not paid and has a desk at Town Hall. Immigrants from many Latin and South America countries come to her office seeking help, and she is happy to assist. We're very fortunate to have someone like Maria helping the community. Maria has an amazing background. She's worked for the County Department of Social Services. She worked for the Mental Health Association of New York City, for Grayston Health Services. She has provided community service supporting single mothers at Mount Carmel Church in Elmsford. She's done work with Volunteers of America, Blythedale Children's Hospital, and so much more. So I'm very, very pleased to not only thank Maria for joining us, but for thanking her for her amazing work that she's done for the town during the past year. And I should have mentioned before we introduce her that a few weeks ago, I was at the town hall and I saw Maria speaking to a woman, the woman basically stopped by at the town hall to pick up formulas for her baby. Maria talked to her and helped her with an immigration problem. So thanks, Maria, for joining us. Maybe you could tell us first a little bit more about yourself.
Good morning, Paul, and thanks for the invitation. This is the second time with you, and I want to let the people know that this program is operating in Greenburgh Town Hall. And as you just mentioned, I'm there on a steady day every Tuesday, but I also can schedule appointments during the week if it's needed.
How do they get in touch with you?
They can call me. They can call me at, I will give the information at the end of the interview. As you just mentioned, I've been living in this country for almost 30 years, and the expertise that I gained during these years are in substance abuse. While I was working at Elwyn Good Academy in Rockland County, I work also in Greystone Foundation, where I gain expertise working with dual diagnosis clients with mental health issues and substance abuse issues as a result. My professional background is in psychology. That's the reason why I also do counseling on site. People that feel anxious or feel depressed or that are stressful. We have been getting referrals from even Greenburgh Police. I'm very happy to be working with them. They are very cooperative, and every client that they feel so that they are in need of services, they just make a referral. I also have been working in CPS, Child Protective Services, the multidisciplinary unit, investigating cases of sexual abuse, physical abuse, and child fatalities. Actually, in one of my cases, because since the November 9th, where the program was open, I completed one call to CPS in one of the clients that I attend.
That is great. In terms of the outreach that you're doing in Greenburgh, how do you get the clients, the people coming to you at Greenburgh Town Hall?
There are different avenues. One of them is actually, believe it or not, people are passing the word among each other in the community. I also place flyers in the laundries in the grocery stores, in different places where all the community are gathering. Yeah.
That's great. We have to take a 5-minute break, and we'll be back with Maria Portilla, who is really the closest thing we have in town to a living saint. You're like a Mother Teresa because you do so much good for so many people who really need your help. And you really don't get the recognition. You're just helping people. And your work is really tremendously appreciated. So we'll be right back, and we'll learn more about what Maria's doing. And, immigrants who have problems, we'll tell you how you could get the help for them. I'm Paul Feiner, Greenburgh Town Supervisor.
WVOX. Now back to the Greenburgh Report on 1460 WVOX. Once again, here's Greenburgh Town Supervisor Paul Feiner.
Hi, I'm Paul Feiner. I'm the Greenburgh Town Supervisor, and we've been interviewing Maria Portilla. And Maria is a Hispanic liaison for the town of Greenburgh, and she's been volunteering her time helping many Hispanic residents and also immigrants. And we're now going to discuss the type of issues the Hispanic community, has. And the best way of finding out what the issues are is to hear some of the stories that people have, and to discuss ways that Maria has been helping. So, one person you helped was somebody who just needed a job.
Exactly. I would like first to let the community know that once somebody approach us, come to the office, I do an assessment, a psychosocial assessment, and the reason is that usually people come requesting, let's say, a job, but after the assessment, I find out that there is not only a job that they need, they may need also a referral for clothing, to get clothing, or to get food pantry, etc. Yeah, so if it's the case that the clients are in need of housing, I make referrals to different programs, and it depends where they live. I also have clients that live in White Plains, and if they live in Greenburgh, I refer them to the laundries. Usually in the laundries and in the grocery stores, people that are renting rooms or are renting studios, they place that art. I also worked on assisted this specific gentleman who came to the office with a DWI case, and he was in need of translation. He was going to have a meeting with his attorney in Terrytown, and I accompany him, and I translate, and I also read all the paperwork that he was going to be reading in court, so he was able to understand and sign and be prepared for the day in court.
That is, that is great. And you said people find out about you because you put up literature at laundromats, and you're doing outreach to the community. Not everybody has the internet, so you're trying to figure out creative ways of reaching a population that normally would be difficult to reach.
The program also is now in Instagram and in Facebook. Right. Hispanic for Greenburgh. That's the name of the program. I also have been getting referrals from Greenburgh Police. I've been working with 4 ladies in different situations, even giving counseling, due to my psychological background, doing counseling, or referring to domestic violence places.
What about Mount Carmel Church that has a large Hispanic population?
Correct.
Have they been helping you also with referrals?
Yeah. Actually, I used to have a women's group every Saturday in Mount Carmel Church. Yeah.
Great. Another issue besides housing and jobs is people who just have difficulty because they need financial assistance.
Yeah, actually, there is well, I don't want to say that there is a misinterpretation, because there are some programs that offer one-shot deal financial assistance. We do not. We do not have any funds. And personally, as I am the founder of this program, I truly believe that people need to get their means, whatever they can reach. You know, I don't agree with giving financial assistance, because how the people are going to continue working on their behalf, you know? Sometimes they get too used to get this one-shot deal or two-shot deals or financial for this or that. And then, no, I personally, that's the only thing that I don't agree with providing financial assistance. And actually, we do not have that.
So you really fiscally conservative, fiscally prudent, but at the same time, you care about people. But you just don't want to give somebody a handout for the sake of giving a handout and making it easy. You want them to appreciate the importance of working. Let me ask another question that I just thought of. In terms of immigrants, you have legal immigrants, you have illegal immigrants. A lot of people don't trust government. And do you find that some people are intimidated going, say, to a town hall, a Greenburgh town hall? And how do you sort of overcome the fears that people have?
Actually, the main reason why this program was created, it was because during the past administration, presidential administration, the Hispanic community were in fear constantly, was in stress, was experiencing stress, even to go to the grocery store in the corner, or going to the church, or going to the courthouse, because eyes were going behind them. So, as I'm saying before, this was one of the main reasons why this program was created in Greenburgh, because we want to have a steady place for the Hispanic community to know and to feel safe whenever they have an issue to resolve, a question or a concern, a curiosity, whatever we want to call. So I'm very, very grateful with you too, Paul, for allowing to have this, to open a door, to open an office to the Greenburgh Hispanic community.
Then I should mention that if somebody comes to you, let's say they're not a legal immigrant, everything's confidential. So we're not basically reporting anybody to the police, or people should feel free to speak to you and feel that it's their request for help will get attention, and there's no danger of being reported to other authorities.
That's correct. We are totally independent. We don't have any link with the police or with ICE or with immigration. No, we provide referrals for immigration. We can assist and help them with any information regarding immigration, because every case is unique in immigration.
Great. We have to take another break, and we'll be back with Maria Portilla. If people have questions, you could always call my office at 989-1540. And we're at Greenburgh Town Hall from 12 to 5 every 2.
1460 WVOX.
Now back to the Greenburgh Report on 1460 WVOX. Once again, here's Greenburgh Town Supervisor Paul Feiner.
Hi, I'm Paul Feiner, the Greenburgh Town Supervisor, and my guest is Maria Portilla. And Maria is our Hispanic liaison to the town. And, I was looking during the break at all the amazing forms of help that she's been giving immigrants and residents of the community who are Hispanic. And then I was saying she's not paid, and she's doing more than somebody who actually does get paid. Why are you volunteering? And people were saying, the members of the Human Rights Committee said, oh, you should get paid for this. Why do you do it as a volunteer?
Actually, I have been doing volunteer work since I came to this country back in 1993. At first, it was for me a way to get a sense about this community, this new community for me. I am from Peru, and also the new society, laws, and different ways how to interact with people. And also want to tell you, Paul, that volunteer work runs in my family. My grandmother used to do a lot of things back when she was alive. And the reason why I'm doing this is because if there is no opportunity for my community, the Hispanic community, to get a specific services because this, and that, why not, to offer my time now that I retired 2 years ago and try to improve the services and improve the quality of life of them.
It really is, very, very impressive. And again, the work you do is really, appreciated. You were talking during the break about helping people get into camp.
Oh, actually, yeah. Another services that we provide is advocacy. Advocacy, one of the particular cases that I had, which the lady came referred from another organization for counseling. As I said before, during the psychosocial assessment, I find out that this lady worked 7 to 4 every day, and she has 2 kids, two teenagers, and she was really concerned about what her kids were going to do in summertime. Unfortunately, this lady don't have any means to pay a camp, to pay any other program, so she couldn't keep her kids in doing activities during summertime. So I remember that I spoke with this lady around March, end of March. So I mentioned about the police camp. The Greenburgh Police Camp, which is an excellent camp. My grandson did attend the camp. At the beginning, he was kind of reluctant to attend the camp, but now he's 16 and he had the best memories, one of the best memories in his life. So going back to this lady, in May, when I find out that the camp posted the applications, I called this lady and I told her about it. But she came to the office the next day, and when we were going through the applications for her 2 kids, we found out that the day for registration was due. So what I did is we filled the application anyway, because I told the lady, well, let's do it. The worst thing that we're going to get is no, you cannot, but let's try. So the lady went that day to get the medical clearance in White Plains Hospital for one of the kids. And then the next day, I accompanied the lady to advocate for her before the pediatrician for the other girl that is 13 years old. And we really needed the medical clearance to attach to the applications, even if the time of submitting the application was due. So I also scheduled an interview with the head of this camp, and we had a meeting with the lady, with this lieutenant, and thanks God they were accepted to the camp.
Oh, that is amazing. So you're changing a life of a young person. You really just remarkable. Could you tell us a little bit about the story that I briefly touched on, the woman who needed a formula?
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Sometimes, another way how I do outreach also is that when I have some time off in the office during Tuesdays, I go and I sit in the lobby and I approach the Latinos that are coming to the town hall to do certain things. So this particular day I did the same. So then I approached them and I introduced myself and I talked to them about the program. And the lady is a maternal grandmother who is caring for her 9-month-old baby, and she was asking for infant formula. I brought her to the office. At that particular time, we didn't have any formula left, but I completed the psychosocial assessment and also told her that as soon as we have formula, I was going to call her. So what came up during the assessment is that she was also in the process to renew or to replace her green card. Her green card is going to expire this coming September, and she was in need to complete this application to get the form. But however, she didn't have the means to pay an attorney or to pay a paralegal to get this job done. So I told the lady to come the following week and bring copy of her permanent residency and copy of the Social Security. So we both were going through to complete the application, and we did. And I also printed a copy of the list of payments that she was supposed to submit and attach to her application.
That is, fabulous. I remember when I saw you at the town hall and you were speaking to her. I thought it was like really amazing here. Somebody comes in for a formula and then it evolves and you're helping them get an immigration issue, resolved. I'm sort of wondering, are other communities in Westchester doing the same thing as you're doing?
Oh, yeah. In Monkisco, there is a Neighbors Link. There is a big program, a huge program. Of course, they get grants, they get financial, I don't know from where, but they hire professionals. And there's a big problem. Actually, in the past, when I was working in Child Protective Services, I also did volunteer work doing presentations for the community and letting them know about the CPS law, because we in our country, South America, Central America, we don't have the Child Protective Services law. I heard that they're starting in some countries, but not in the same level that in here. So unfortunately, all the immigrants that came to America are not almost aware that the ways of discipline are no longer accepted here.
We have to take another break, and we'll be back with Maria Portilla. And Maria is our Hispanic liaison for the town of Greenburgh. And again, if you have questions, you could always leave a message on you could call me at 989-1540. And Maria is at Greenburgh Town Hall every Tuesday from 12 to 5 p.m. or by appointment. And she's volunteering her time, which is really appreciated. So we'll be back with Maria in a few minutes.
Now back to the Greenburgh Report on 1460 WVOX. Once again, here's Greenburgh Town Supervisor Paul Feiner.
My guest is Maria Portilla, and we're talking about the fantastic work that she does as the Hispanic liaison for the town of Greenburgh. One of the issues that comes up is immigration, and I'm wondering, do you have like a lot of immigration-related, issues?
Yes, as I said before, the big umbrella of immigration have different cases, different situations. I had a case of this lady who came from South America, and she was caught in the borderline with her 2 kids. She was already engaged with an attorney. However, this attorney was charging her $1,200 for representing her. So according to the lady, she provided first $3,000, and the rest of the money she needed to get at SAIP because blah, 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 blah. So to the end of the story, I referred the lady to the Pace University Immigration Clinic for Hispanics, which are the ones who deal with these particular cases.
That's great. That's Vanessa Mertens, right?
Correct. Correct.
She does an amazing job.
Correct. She's a great helper. That's one of my biggest supporters. I also have volunteers. I have two immigration attorneys who are going to be doing presentations. And once I schedule these other activities, are going to be doing presentations once every 3 months, providing updates about immigration. I also have another volunteer who is a teacher and is going to be doing parenting skills counseling, etc., etc., etc.
So somebody's an immigrant and they don't have that much money. Sometimes do lawyers take advantage of them, and do people have to sort of be careful?
Exactly. And I have referrals for every case.
So one of the benefits of your program is if somebody thinks they need an attorney and they speak to you, you could be like make sure that they're not being overcharged and they're not being taken advantage of, and perhaps we could get them the help at no cost to them rather than have them spend so much money. I
Correct.
remember when a number of years ago, I had gotten a complaint from some people in the Hispanic community. They love soccer. And they were, practicing at Webfield and Hartsdale, and some other people, sort of were intimidating them. This was a number of years ago, and they felt that they were harassed. Do you have any discrimination, cases?
I did not get any yet, but my referral will be if it's in Greenburgh, the Greenburgh Advisory Committee, the Greenburgh Human Rights Advisory Committee, and it will depend the case too. But I also can make a referral for the Greenburgh Human Rights Commission. I also will...
And also the Westchester County Human Rights Commission.
Human Rights Commission, yeah, the commission is in Westchester County Human Rights Commission. I also would like to add to this interview that I have not been only attending or assisting Hispanic immigrants. I also have been assisting people that speak English only, American citizens. So the program became bilingual already, and I can recall one specific client that called because he wanna go back to the field. I don't know if you remember. You are the one who sent me the email about this gentleman that was emailing you
right.
several times. So then finally I completed the psychosocial assessment via phone, and even that the gentleman wanted to go back to work really badly, he was disabled and had 3 more or 4 more medical conditions that were, for the reason that he was unable to go back to work.
But it's nice that least we're making sure that we're exploring different options for
Correct.
people, and making them feel that they're being listened to, and that we care, that somebody cares about them. The County Human Rights Commission is also an important resource for people who feel that they've been discriminated, because they have a whole team that could investigate and take follow-up action.
Correct.
You've also been involved with the Hispanic, Democrats, and I'm also wondering, from the standpoint of legislation, is there anything that you would recommend that the town do that we're not doing right now? As town supervisor, if I want to say, I'd like to do more than I'm really doing.
To be honest with you, Paul, I don't know much about that right now, so I cannot tell you.
Right, so you feel a lot of the issues, they come up one-on-one, and at this point, it seems like it's under control. Is a Hispanic?
It is.
Is a Hispanic population in Greenburgh and especially in Fairview, Elmsford, is it growing a lot?
It has been growing. Yeah, it has been growing. Yeah.
So, and in terms of the relationship between, say, the Hispanic community and the African American community, because over the years there's been some tensions. I'm talking about nationally. We have the Theater Young Community Center. Are we doing enough to serve the needs of the Hispanic community at the center?
I think so. Yeah, I think so because I even myself went a couple of times to the community center and to attend different meetings, and I observed the interactions among them, and it's a nice interaction. It is a nice environment.
Right, and I know that they're trying to, encourage more Hispanic participation.
Correct.
And even, in the town, are there, we don't have Hispanic representation among elected, officials. We had Walter Rivera, who was a judge, but he moved up. Should the Democratic Party and Republican Party do more to encourage the Hispanic community to seek public office?
Oh, yeah, they are working on that. And for these past elections, we supported and endorsed three different Latino elected officials.
Great. So the Hispanic community in Greenburgh is becoming a more important, community. And we just have maybe a minute, left. Is there anything else that you'd want to mention before the program concludes?
I just want to thank you again for following up with what we are doing in the program. And I invite everyone, if they want to call us or they want to attend or just go to the program seeking for information or referral or just sit to chat, you are welcome. Or you can also email me at mportilla@greenburghny.com. mportilla@greenburghny.com.
That is great. Well, thank you very much for being a guest, and also thank you for the services you're offering residents and immigrants, in Greenburgh. We're so lucky to have you. We could clone you, and we could have more Maria Portillas. Greenburgh would be a much better place. So,
little by little, things
thank you.
little by little. Thanks, Paul.
Great. I'm Paul Feiner, Greenburgh Town Supervisor. Speak to everybody next week.